In the vast blue canvas of the South China Sea, two nations stand on the edge of confrontation. Fighter jets roar above disputed waters, each maneuver a message, each radar lock a warning. This isn't just about airspace, it's about sovereignty, survival, and the balance of power in Asia's most volatile sky. The sky between empires. The narrator deep tone, the South China Sea, an oceanic chessboard of ambition and fear. Beneath its calm waves lie billions in natural resources, but above, in its endless sky, the stakes are far higher. Aerial shots of FA-50PH jets slicing through the humid air fade into Chinese J-16s patrolling misty horizons. Voice continues, "This is not a movie. This is the unfolding reality of modern power politics, where the Philippines and China test not just their machines, but their resolve." The spark in the South China Sea. The story begins in the mid-2015s. China began constructing artificial islands in the Spratly Chain, massive fortresses with runways, radar stations, and missile silos. The Philippines, a smaller nation with limited air power, watched uneasily as Chinese bombers and J-11 fighters began patrolling closer to its exclusive economic zone. The South China Sea turned into a live testing ground, a potential flashpoint where air superiority would define dominance. In 2016, the International Tribunal in The Hague ruled in favor of the Philippines, rejecting China's 9-line claims. But Beijing ignored the ruling. From that moment, Filipino pilots knew the next battle may not be on land, but above the sea. The Philippine Air Force reborn. For decades, the Philippines lacked a true air combat capability. Its aging F-5A freedom fighters were retired in 2005, leaving the country defenseless in the air. But in 2015, everything changed. Through a partnership with South Korea, the Philippines acquired the FA-50PH Golden Eagle, a lightweight supersonic fighter based on the KIA T-50 platform. Though small, the FA-50PH became a symbol of rebirth, a nation reclaiming its sky. These jets are fast, Mach 1.5, agile, equipped with precision bombs, radar-guided missiles, and advanced radar systems. Yet compared to China's 4th and 5th generation fighters, they are modest. But the Filipinos fly with something China's AI systems can't replicate: determination born from defense, not dominance. The Dragon's Wings, China's air power. The People's Liberation Army Air Force boasts over 2,000 combat aircraft, one of the largest fleets in the world. In the South China Sea theater, it deploys the J-11B, J-16, Su-35, and increasingly the J-20 Mighty Dragon, China's stealth 5th-generation fighter. The J-20, invisible to radar, is more than a machine. It's a message, Beijing's declaration that the sky belongs to the future. Each Chinese fighter is backed by satellite networks, early warning aircraft, and long-range missile systems deployed on fortified islands. Meanwhile, the FA-50PHs fly from bases like Basa Air Base and Clark Air Base, vulnerable, exposed, and under constant watch from Chinese drones and satellites. The simulation, air combat drills. In early 2025, a joint simulation exercise, classified but later leaked, stunned the defense community. It was codenamed Sky Wardens, a virtual war game testing how Filipino FA-50s might respond to a Chinese incursion. In a digital world mirroring real geography, Filipino pilots went head-to-head against Chinese squadrons, J-16s, Su-35s, and even J-20s. The results were sobering. China dominated in long-range engagements, using PL-15 air-to-air missiles with ranges exceeding 200 kilometers. But once the dogfight entered visual range, the FA-50s struck back. Their smaller radar signature, agility, and close quarters training allowed them to take down heavier Chinese fighters. As one Filipino pilot described, "It's not the plane, it's the pilot who refuses to lose." The U.S. factor, guardians of the Pacific. No discussion of Philippine air defense is complete without mentioning its long-standing ally, the United States. In 2023, under the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, EDCA, the U.S. gained access to additional Philippine bases, positioning F-16s, F-35s, and advanced surveillance aircraft near Chinese strongholds. When America enters the frame, the sky shifts. The Dragon's dominance faces the Eagle's shadow. In joint air exercises called Balikatan, shoulder to shoulder, simulate joint air combat missions, mid-air refueling, and real-time battle coordination. In mock drills, U.S. F-22 Raptors demonstrated how stealth, speed, and data fusion could neutralize superior numbers. Tech versus terrain, the edge of advantage. Technology alone doesn't win wars. Environment does. The South China Sea's humid air, tropical storms, and electronic interference complicate both radar and missile tracking. Chinese jets rely heavily on satellite coordination, which can be jammed. The FA-50PHs, flying low over sea waves, can hide from radar and launch ambush-style counterattacks. In air warfare, invisibility isn't just about stealth, it's about strategy. AI, data, and the new age of combat. Both China and the US are integrating AI-driven air combat assistance systems. China's J-20 and J-16D incorporate machine learning algorithms to optimize target prediction and missile guidance. Meanwhile, the Philippines is beginning to integrate AI simulation tools for training, funded by Western partners. A future battle where an FA-50PH pilot's helmet display is powered by AI, predicting enemy moves, suggesting escape routes, and analyzing missile trajectories in real time. That future is coming faster than anyone expects. 2026 tension, near collision. In mid-2026, two Chinese J-16s intercepted a Philippine maritime patrol aircraft near Scarborough Shoal. The close pass, just 10 meters apart, caused turbulence that forced the Filipino plane to dive abruptly. Within minutes, two FA-50s scrambled from Clark Air Base. For the next 40 minutes, Chinese and Philippine jets danced in the same airspace, radars locked, missiles armed, but no shots fired. The world held its breath. Quote, "In that moment, peace hung by a thread thinner than vapor trail." Unquote. The human element. Pilots at the edge. Every conflict has a human face. Major Rafael Cruz, FA-50 squadron leader, recalls in an interview, quote, "You see them on radar first, dots that could mean death, but you don't think of war. You think of home, of the people below who count on you to hold that line." Unquote. These pilots train relentlessly, often with limited resources, but with unmatched dedication. Meanwhile, their Chinese counterparts, flying advanced aircraft with AI co-pilots, see themselves as guardians of national unity. Two worlds, two convictions, one shared sky. The air defense race. The Philippines has begun modernizing rapidly. Plans include the acquisition of 12 F-16 Block 70 or Swedish Gripen C or D, alongside radar networks and surface-to-air missile systems. China, on the other hand, continues to evolve, testing swarm drones, hypersonic missiles, and next-gen stealth bombers like the H-20. Quote, "Each innovation pulls the region closer, not to peace, but to precision war." Unquote. Strategy, not firepower. Military analysts agree. If open conflict erupts, China's numbers would overwhelm. But the Philippines holds strategic geography, choke points, mountain cover, and proximity to U.S. assets in Guam and Okinawa. Naval and air forces would act in synergy, Philippine jets baiting Chinese fighters into missile traps coordinated with U.S. AWACS and destroyers. War in this sense would be asymmetric, David versus Goliath in the age of stealth. Global reactions and diplomatic pressure. Every radar ping in the South China Sea echoes in Washington, Tokyo, and Australia. Japan increases maritime patrols. Australia upgrades its F-35 fleet. India watches quietly, building ties with Manila under the Indo-Pacific framework. China responds by hosting large-scale drills near Hainan Island, symbolic power projections meant to deter alliances. Each drill, each flight, each political statement becomes part of a silent countdown. The price of peace. Peace requires more than treaties. It requires trust. Both nations continue diplomatic talks, yet incidents persist. Near misses, radar locks, and aggressive intercepts. Every pilot who takes off knows he might start the war that no one wants. Quote, "We train for war so that we might never need to fight," unquote, says Major Cruz. 2030 and beyond, the future skies. By 2030, the South China Sea could become a fully digital war zone. AI-managed drones, stealth fighters, and satellite-linked battle clouds. The Philippines will likely field its own 4.5 generation fighters and possibly joint drone systems with the U.S. China will continue leading in autonomous combat and hypersonic weaponry. But no matter how advanced machines become, the heart of the battle remains human. Because in modern warfare, the real battle isn't about who has the faster jet or the stronger radar. It's about who dares to defend their sky when the world stops watching." Unquote. Conclusion. The air standoff between the Philippines and China is not a clash of equals. It's a contest of courage, strategy, and willpower. For the Philippines, every flight is a message of sovereignty. For China, every patrol asserts dominance. But in the endless expanse of sky, both nations must learn that victory isn't always about destruction. It's about endurance, because in modern warfare, the real battle isn't for the sky itself, it's for the peace that allows nations to share it.